Today is your lucky day. You will get 5 to 8 booked demos every day using my cold calling script. And no, I don't actually talk like this all the time. This is called a hook in the video. Okay, my promise to you is I'll give you the exact script that I use to go from 0 to 25K a month within weeks. Okay, and then yes, I scaled using paid ads and I travel the world with my wife and my kids, but in this video, no paid ads, no cold email, no lengthy setup. All you're gonna need is a list of people to call and this guy over here. Okay, so if you have those two things, then you are ready to go. Quick question, Hamza, where do I get a list from? Do I use D7 Lead Finder? Yeah, you could. You could freaking use Apollo. I personally like going to Upwork or Fiverr and finding data miners and then saying, hey, this is where my niche usually has their phone number and email listed. Okay, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Home Advisor, Angie. I used to go after roofing contractors before I exited my agency, and now I teach other agency owners how to scale through paid ads. But this is what I tell them exactly is, even for paid ads, even for cold calling, get a list from a data miner. Now with that said, verify it. That's the extra step that you're gonna have to take if you're gonna be making calls. Verify it. Do I recommend using any freaking softwares, this and that to do this? No, just use your phone, okay? Your ability to get through to people is gonna be way higher that way. Way higher. Okay, so these are the 4 components: the qualification, the hook, the pitch, the call to action. I'm gonna delete these blocks as I go through, and I'm gonna unveil the nuggets underneath. Are you ready? You ready to make some money? Huh? Okay, cool. First, the qualifier. Whenever I would call roofing contractors, I would call them by their first name. Hey, is this Bob? And then they'd be like, yeah, who's speaking? See, they would always do that, because I found that when I was calling people and saying, hey, are you guys interested in this, and this, and getting right into like a pitch, it would just freaking click, hang up, or no, or whatever. This way, I'm also finding out as soon as I hit a gatekeeper, I'm gonna basically get through because I'm asking for a specific person. In fact, sometimes I would even say, I don't want you to see that right now. Give me a second. Okay, so you got a little bit of a sneak peek if you paused over there, but basically, what I want to do over here is, if I get a gatekeeper, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm looking for Bob. And they'll say, excuse me, who's speaking? I'll say, Hamza. And they'll say, okay. And then they won't ask any more questions, because you're not saying, I'm Richard from so-and-so marketing. Like, they're just going to hang up on you. So this is how to get through gatekeepers, and this is how to get to the owner, okay? Immediately when the owner picks up and you think it's the owner, you just be like, hey, is this Bob? And they may say, no, Bob's over here. I'll send him over to you, or I'll give you his number. And this is what I'd always do. If I couldn't get in through with Bob, either if it was a gatekeeper in the form of a receptionist, or if it was an actual, another person like a manager, I would just say, yeah, so what's the best line to reach him at? And dude, they would often just give me the direct cell phone number. You just got to ask. Okay, next part of this, the hook. This is very important, okay? Because once they confirm it's them, it's the owner, then buddy, you got to freaking get them. Give them what they want. So since I was in the roofing niche, I would say, hey man, are you able to get on a couple 50 square homes this week, or are you guys too busy? So if you know anything about roofs, a 50 square home, that's a pretty large home. That's probably going to be like a 5-bedroom home. Okay, and that's a roof job that could go anywhere from like $30,000 to like $60,000. It depends on what materials used. So when they hear that, they're like, money. If you're in the dental space, it's going to be X amount of dental implants. Or if you're in, whatever space, you can give them a very realistic quantity that if they were to get that desired outcome this week, they'd be like over the moon. And they'll be like, yeah, of course. And then what I do is I'd say to them, okay, well, I help other roofers get 50 square homes every single week with my Roofs on Demand program. Do you have a moment to talk about it? Or do you have a moment to talk about it, whether or not that might make sense for you guys right now? And then they'll be like, yeah, I do have some time to talk about it. Oh no, just give me a call back tomorrow. And then I book a meeting right then and there, okay? At this stage, once they say yes, this is pretty much like an inbound lead. This is pretty much like someone coming to you because you've now given them something that they really want. You've explained to them in very brief ways that you have a vehicle to get them that they've never heard of, and that you've helped other people do the same thing. So they'll probably be interested at that stage. Okay, so here's what I wanted to share about this that most agency owners are going to overlook. Is this going to give you like 100% booking rate? No, absolutely not. Is this going to be a slam dunk every time? No, absolutely not. But what's very, very important in all this is recognizing the actual mindset with which you are calling. Okay, the mindset is that you are ultimately looking to get interest. That's all we're looking for right now. I'm looking to get interest. And if I can just gather some interest from the guy, then that gives me the ticket that I need to also continue to follow up. Yes, I could continue going after new calls and new calls and new calls, but if someone's shown me interest and they've said, yes, I want to speak with you, I'll just continue calling them back day after day and saying, hey, so when can we get on that call? Oh, you booked this call, but you didn't get on. I'll keep following up. The same way that I generate a lead off my paid ads and they opt in and then they're like, yes, I want to speak with you, but they never show up to a call or they don't book a call, I will call that lead every single day, multiple times a day until they either say no or yes. Okay, that's just how I roll. In fact, there's this one roofing contractor back in the day that I cold called and that I eventually closed 2 years later in person at a roofing expo in Dallas, Texas. Follow up is everything when we're doing sales, okay? The next thing that we want to understand over here is that this is all about gathering interest. You're not closing them on the actual solution. I see so many agency owners make this mistake. And when I call them, that I got to get them to basically understand exactly what this is and then get them to buy right away. Building a freaking relationship. I mean, how many of my videos have you seen? Okay, there's a bunch of people over here that are subscribed that haven't joined the school community, even though the school community is really valuable, shows you how to get up and running with paid ads. There's a bunch of people that haven't followed me on Instagram. Maybe you need to watch a few more freaking videos. You see what I'm saying? And I see this all the time, right? People that like what I do, people that want to work with me, but they don't necessarily know if it can work for their agency, or they don't know if they can actually scale with my mentorship. It's just going to take time. It's going to take time, more touch points. I'll keep following up. So what I'm trying to say over here is with the two things over here, the cold call, this comes first. We're gathering interest, and then we keep following up. We follow up, we follow up, we follow up. Don't overcomplicate it. There's no need to get into, oh, I'm with this agency and that agency and all that, or starting off the call that way. Okay, the same way in which maybe you scrolled past a bunch of videos and then eventually clicked on mine. Why did you click on mine? Because there's something about it that caught your attention, but you scrolled past everyone else. It's the same thing over here. If the first thing they hear when they pick up the phone is, hey, I'm Hamza from ABC Agency and I can help you do da-da-da-da-da-da and this and that, and click, hang up. It's what everyone's saying. It's what everyone's doing. Be novel, be different. Call them by their first name. Hey, is this you? Oh, hey, is this something that you can handle this week? Oh yeah, okay, cool. I help other people do the same thing. Do you have a moment to talk about whether or not I can help you implement this solution? Oh yeah, let's speak at this time. And then realistically, once you're at, I would say 15, 20K, that's the time to start running paid ads and generating leads for yourself. That's what I did. Okay, that's what allowed me to scale my agency to a whole different stratosphere. I'm talking about 200K a month, right? So starting off with cold calling was very helpful. Do I recommend it to you if you maybe are in a position right now where you don't have all the cash flow you need and want to be able to spend on paid ads and maybe you're a bit nervous? This is a great way to go. It's a great way to go, but don't get stuck on it. Don't get stuck. Keep it freaking simple. And again, as far as software and all that stuff goes, yeah, you can use power dialers, yeah, you can use all that other stuff, but I'll just keep it really freaking simple. Just dial each and every person, call them, make an introduction, start a relationship, and over time, people will start closing. I've seen this in my own agency. And if I were to start it all over again, is a little nugget that I'll leave you with. If I were to start it all over again, something that I realized is that I wouldn't sell people on little retainers. I would sell people on revenue share. I would sell people on, hey, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to get you jobs. I'm going to get you deals. I'm going to get you whatever it is that they want as an outcome. And I'm going to take a percentage of revenue. And my sort of baseline fee, just to like not even cover my expenses, is going to be $1,000 or $750 a month. That way you're making some money up front, but the big money you're making on the back end. And that way they're not even worried about guarantees and all that stuff, because they know that they've got a partner that's wanting to make money with them, that it's a revenue share. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. Use this cold calling script. It will work. It worked for me. I collected tens of thousands of dollars of credit card money just by getting on the phone and being cold. Not being cold. Okay, I was very warm, actually. Very nice person. Thank you very much. But it was by doing cold. All right, so I'll see you on the next one. Join the school community if you haven't already. Hit me up on Instagram if you want to connect one-on-one. Even in the school community, I'm doing personalized calls and Loom videos for anyone that wants feedback on really their paid ads. But if you're a cold calling guy, then maybe it's a bit more before you can get in there. Either way, appreciate you for watching this. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.